Okay, everyone, here we are, Susie, the voice of the North, and true North, strong and free. And you know, today I thought, today's my brother's birthday, the brother that's right next to me. And by the way, I like to tell people I have 10 of them, right? And I thought, no, today I probably am not going to do a video. And even if I do, I'm going to do it like Friday Frolic. I'm going to start switching my gears to be my usual self who has a gift to lift joy around me. But guess what? Didn't make it through the day. No, I did not. And why? Because there's a Democrat in the States that is trying to stop Donald Trump from getting the funds and what he needs to invade Canada. And I just listened to Charlie, Angus Charlie rather, and I don't like to say it, but when I went off on Dave about 5 weeks ago, it was about all the same things. And that is if you don't think that we're not the canary in the cage, we got another thing coming. Because, Ukraine is fighting for the freedoms of Western culture so that we do not fall to gangster-like mindsets and people who say it's business. Yeah, well, I'd have never liked people in my town that screw people over and then they just say, that's Susie, that's just business. No. Full stop. I don't screw people over in my business and I make a profit. How much profit do you need to make? How many times do you have to screw someone over? And so here's the thing. Everything I said 5 weeks ago is what Angus Charlie is saying to us all. And you know what else he's saying? He's saying it's us. It's us, the regular normal folk, that are making the change. And not even those in the United States, although I love to see the protests. I love to see the protests along the Quebec border this weekend. And it is the resistance of people, ordinary folk like you and I, that are encouraging younger people who perhaps aren't paying attention the same way not to buy anything but Canadian, that we need to stick together, and they want us. We have a bullseye on our back. Why? We have a AAA rating for credit rating. We are the only country in the G7 who can trade with absolutely everyone in the G7. He's tried to kick us out of the Five Eyes. And why? Because he's in bed with Russia. He's tried to get us off that, is it called NARAD or whatever it is that protects the North? Why? Because he's in bed with Putin. Right? That's what's happening. And I'd like to be all flowery and be all positive. And at the end of the day, we have to be. But I cannot stop myself from getting on here to say, Susie from the North, and whatever he does with Canada is exactly what Putin is doing with Ukraine. And we are going to be the ones to stop a dictator from taking over the world. Canada. And how's that going to happen? Well, we may have a smaller military, but I'll tell you, there isn't a person that doesn't have their door open ready, like they say, with the balaclava on, ready to do their part. I spoke with a minister the other day who said, Susie, I think I'm ready to go to Marshall if I need to. Well, no one wants to hurt anybody, but we cannot let gangsters take over the world. Because that's what he is, and that's what Elon is. My goodness gracious, if you haven't woken up to that yet today, I'm here to say, good morning, world. Susie from the North, there is a problem. There is a pink elephant in the room. Like, we have got to at some point start speaking and talking and speaking and talking and speaking and talking about it with everyone, because it is happening. And what does he say today? Oh, we don't have a right to defend ourselves from tariffs. He's trying to get rid of, our free trade from 108 years ago. This man is a menace to society and everyone around him, and not just him, obviously. His administration and all the Republicans sitting on their hands doing dick all. My brother said today, and he's wise and he's probably on his last life, and he never says anything unkind. Trust me on that one. I'm the bully in this friggin' family. He is a kind, wise man, and he said there's a reason why the short form for dictator is dick. Right? My goodness gracious. For those of you who voted him in, our grandchildren are going to see that in the history books. If our planet and we survive enough to write them. And they are rewriting books as we speak. You're not allowed to say a whole list of words that we have fought so hard for inclusivity, to loving the person beside you, for having empathy for who they are. What's so damn wrong with being woke? It's called empathy. Damn it. And people who don't like it, these people that say, I never had a free handout. Well, for good God's sakes, you live in Canada. It's a free handout to damn well live here because it's free. And if you don't think it's free, you go somewhere else and find out how effing free it is. I can walk out my door. I can buy my choice of food. I can have as many children as I want free in the hospital. I can get cesarean free if I have to. I have lived free my whole life. We have got to start standing up and linking together. And Danielle Smith, you were down there in Kentucky, I think it was, 2 days ago. Oh yeah, we can build pipelines wherever you want, Mr. Trump. You just let us know because you want energy dominance. And we would like to help you with that because that's what Canada has. Well, yeah, I just heard you say 5 days ago, we're going to look at putting pipes across Canada so that we can have stronger allies with people who enjoy and support democracy. I understand you got to protect your people of Alberta. But we ain't gonna have no Alberta. We start doing pipelines down to him. You see, she said, we'll do as many pipelines as you want. How many do you want? As long as we can sell our crude to you. Thanks for listening. Fire in my belly, folks. I'm not going to apologize. I cannot apologize. My children and my grandchildren depend on this conversation. And it's a hard one to have, and every day it eats me right up. But it's got to happen. Because the militia of Canada has got to pull together. Get your training boots on, folks. It ain't going to be easy. But we are not giving up. And a specialist of something or other, she said, yeah, if it happens, Canada is likely to win. I don't say likely. We've never lost before, and we're not going to start. Do what you can and keep saying what you see. And saying what you hear. If you've got eyes to see and ears to hear, we live in a free country yet. And we have to defend it. Hear, hear? You with me? Share and like and all that other stuff if you are. We must make resistance on the ground roots. Me to you and you to them. Me to you and you to them and you to me and me to them. We have to keep talking about this. And I'm sorry about that. And say your prayers. Amen.